Chapter 2. Shankar Bhatt meets Sri Siddhendra Yogi and Story of Vichitrapuram. A commentary summary. In the previous chapter, Shankar Bhatt began his divinely guided journey towards the darshan of Sri Sripada. On his way, he met Vyagreshwar Sharma and learned about his remarkable story, illustrating the transformative power of Guru's grace, karma, and devotion. In this chapter, we will see how Sri Sripada prepares Shankar Bhatt for his darshan by purifying his karmas, removing his pride, and teaching him the hidden laws that govern spiritual life. As Shankar Bhatt continued his journey to Kuravapuram to meet Sripada Srivallabha, he met the great Sri Siddhendra Yogi near a powerful Shivalingam in the Kadamba forest. The yogi explains at that time that this is a sacred lingam through whose grace Indra was freed from the sin of killing a demon engaged in penance. It is with great accumulated punya that one can have a darshan of such a holy place. Sri Siddhendra Yogi mentioned that devotees of Lord Datta are naturally led to saints and sacred places through his divine grace. A remarkable event followed soon after. When Siddhendra Yogi sent Shankar Bhatt back to the same lingam, he could no longer see the ancient shrine. Instead, he found himself at the grand temple of Meenakshi and Sundareshwara in Madurai. He was confused. The yogi explained that both the Shivalingam and the Meenakshi Sundareshwara temple are no different. By the will of Lord Datta, Shankar Bhatt was shown the ancient Shivalingam as it existed in Indra's time, and then the same sacred place in its present form. Through this experience, he learned that past and present are equally accessible to the divine, and Lord Datta can reveal any period of time according to his own divine will. Sri Siddhendra Yogi then revealed a profound spiritual principle. Everything in this creation emits vibrations. Good actions create pure vibrations, while bad actions or sinful actions create impure vibrations. These vibrations attract corresponding experiences, people, and circumstances in our lives. As merit increases, one naturally develops attraction towards holy places, saints, does righteous actions, and develops devotion. In this way, spiritual progress is not accidental, but the result of accumulated punya and divine grace working together. The next morning, Shankar Bhatt woke up underneath an Audumbara tree on a lonely hilltop. The hermitage of Sri Siddhendra Yogi had completely vanished. Although Shankar Bhatt was a sincere devotee seeking the darshan of Sripada Srivallabha, he still carried within him a subtle pride of being a learned Brahmin. Confused by what he saw, doubts arose in his mind. He wondered whether the previous night's experience was merely an illusion, or whether Siddhendra Yogi was a magician or deceiver, or maybe some supernatural being. Almost immediately, his troubles began the moment he thought this. A flock of crows relentlessly attacked him. Venomous snakes emerged one after the other and bite him. At that moment, Shankar Bhatt was no longer the confident Brahmin scholar. All his learning, status, and pride were of no help. The only thing remained on his lips was the name of Sri Sripada Srivallabha. As fate would have it, a group of washermen discovered him lying helpless. Seeing his condition, they placed him on a donkey and carried him to a nearby village. There, they took him not to a learned scholar or a priest, but to a humble cobbler named Vallabhdas, who was known for treating snake bites. For a proud Brahmin like Shankar Bhatt, this itself was a test. He now found himself dependent on people whom society would consider beneath him. Vallabhdas treated Shankar Bhatt with great care and saved his life. Throughout the night, he kept singing Datta Digambar, Sripada Srivallabha Datta Digambar. As Shankar Bhatt listened to Sripada's name, he felt peace and devotion flowing through the simple cobbler that he had never met and had never experienced this peacefulness anywhere. The next morning, Vallabhdas revealed some astonishing knowledge. Without being told anything, he described Shankar Bhatt's journey, his destination, and even the reason why he was attacked by crows and snakes. He explained that the crows were once learned scholars of Pithapuram. Through masters of scriptures, Though masters of scriptures, they failed to recognize Sripada Srivallabha because of their pride. Reborn as crows, they were destined to attain liberation only after drinking the blood of a devotee purified by the remembrance of Sripada. The snakes too were connected through his ancestral karmas. Through contact with Shankar Bhatt, they also attained release. Suddenly, Shankar Bhatt realized that what appeared to be a punishment was actually divine compassion. Sripada was using him as an instrument to liberate many souls while simultaneously purifying his own karmas. The greatest lesson came when the humble cobbler became Shankar Bhatt's teacher. His Brahminical pride began to melt away. He realized that God's grace is not determined by caste, learning, or social position. Devotion and humility are far more valuable than the scholarship without surrender. After spending a few days with Vallabhdas and receiving his teachings, he resumed his pilgrimage. He then arrived at a town called Vichitrapuram. There, Shankar Bhatt met a king who was obsessed with donating thotakura. Thotakura is a green vegetable also called amaranth or rasgira in some states. The king's Rajguru then tested Shankar Bhatt using sign language. Not understanding the true meaning of the gestures, Shankar Bhatt simply responded according to what he thought they meant, while inwardly praying to Sripada Srivallabha. Miraculously, each answer was interpreted by the Rajguru as profound spiritual teaching on the unity of Shiva, Vishnu, and the Divine Trinity. The entire court was amazed. Shankar Bhatt realized that it was not his own wisdom but the grace of Sripada guiding his responses and protecting him from humiliation. The king explained that in his previous birth he was a poor Brahmin who generously donated thotakura, amaranth plant, despite his poverty. Because of that sincere charity, he was reborn as a king. Believing that thotakura itself had brought him this fortune, he continued donating it in huge quantities and expected even greater rewards. Shankar Bhatt explained that the merit came not from the vegetable itself, but from the sacrifice and generosity behind the donation. True charity is measured by the giver's sincerity and capacity, not merely by the gift offered. Shankar Bhatt then revealed the numerical pattern hidden within the Rudra Chamakam and explained that it was much more than a mathematical sequence. It was a glimpse into the divine intelligence woven into creation itself. What appeared to be simple numbers concealed profound cosmic principles known to ancient sages. Thus, through the grace of Sripada Srivallabha, Shankar Bhatt successfully passed every test in Vishitrapuram. Shankar Bhatt gradually realized that true wisdom does not arise from scholarship alone, but from Guru's grace. Realizing that every event was guided by Shripad's unseen grace, Shankar Bhatt continued his journey towards Guruvpuram with deeper faith and surrender. Sripadarajam Sharanam Prapadhe.